Okay, good evening, parents. To everybody who's just joined and was not listening me, boring you guys on my conversation. We will be doing the Tirthan orientation today, the camp Tirthan, which is TIR8. The way it's going to run is I'm going to be sharing my screen shortly. I'll take you through the information docket, which has already been shared with you guys, and the list of things to carry. During this time, I will talk about the program design, I'll talk about the location, I will even talk about the safety, the expectations, everything I'll talk about. So most of your questions would be answered by the end of my orientation. My request is to hold on to your questions. At the end of when I'm done, I'll open the platform for question answers, and I'll request everybody to press the react button which you have on your phones or on your laptops, and there is a button over there saying raise hand. So as you can see, the minute I have raised my hand, I've gone to the front of the top first person I have become, and that's how I will also go sequentially. So when you start raising your hands, I will start going sequentially and answering every question. I want everybody to have an equal opportunity to answer. I hope my voice is clear and everybody can hear me clearly. Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen. Before that, to give you a brief history about the company, the people who started this company are actually the pioneers of outdoor camps for children. They started a company called Discovery Camps in 1996. So that's when we started actually doing programs for children. The whole concept was to get children into nature and connect them to nature and get them grounded a little. Over time, obviously, it has evolved. When we started at Discovery Camps, it became iDiscover I, and then iDiscover I became Eureka Campouts, and iDiscover I was itself doing some other school-related work like opening preschools and stuff. So that was a different vertical which was running. In 2006, out of the 4 partners who had started this company, 2 of them had broken off. 2008, they started Inme. And because we were all friends, 2019, Inme and Eureka merged to become one company. From 2019, we've been running as one unit. Inme handles all the retail programs, which is what we are here for, which is basically any child from the age group of 9 to 17 during the summer holidays, winter holidays, and from this year, the October holidays can join our programs depending on their age group, right? And the Eureka brand is working with schools directly, where we get a specific grade or a specific 2 or 3 grades coming for a very focused life skills program, where they're focusing only on one type of life skills, and that's the Eureka bit which is doing. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, I hope everybody can see my screen. So we're talking about Camp Tirthan. These are, okay, sorry. Yeah, so program which is TIR8, which is starting from May 19th to May 27th. As I was seeing you, what I was telling everybody before this, that, the original plan was to have overlaps. This will be a standalone program which we're going to be running. The children will be throughout on the Tirthan camps. They won't be going, they'll just be going out for the backpacking when they go. Okay, so this is a shot of the Tirthan campsite. Tirthan is a river. It's the biggest tributary of the Bias, right? So it cuts off from the Bias. It joins the Bias at a place called Aut, A-U-T, and we are about 1.5 hours away from Aut. This is our campsite, so the river is right there, what you can see. The structure you're seeing right now here is called the KPRD. For the parents, when you come back, you will hear this, that we were at the KPRD, and you'll see it in the updates also that they were at the KPRD. KPRD stands for Khana Pina Rona Dona. So everything happens here. So they eat here, they play here, they cry here, and they do all their drama here, right? So this is the KPRD, which is called the Khana Pina Rona Dona, right? Okay. So this is in the Kulu region. So we are about, Ot, which is the place I was talking about, is about 30 kilometers before Kulu. And that's where we turn off from the Kulu highway. So till Ot, we have a broad highway. We have a 4-lane highway, which is going all the way till Ot. So that's why we can use Volvo buses all the way up there. And from there, they'll shift to smaller vehicles. So the whole focus of this program is to create a lot of belonging to the children, a lot of sense of ownership, and understanding how to be safe around the river, how to adapt to different situations, and that's what we are trying to do over here. Now, how it will work out? Just let me go down a little bit. Okay. Okay. So they're going to be doing two main activities. One is rivercraft, and the other is backpacking. Rivercraft should not be confused with river rafting. There is nothing related to river rafting happening here, right? Rivercraft is understanding how to be safe near a river. If you have to cross a river, how do you cross it? If you want to walk along a river, how do you walk safely? Right? The biggest learning which we teach them is a bit of hydrology. So a lot of incidents which happen during in water is where people underestimate the power of water. So we want children to understand and actually value the power of water. Understand that if you're seeing a river which is calm from the top, right, it's the most unsafe river because you actually don't know what is happening underneath, which is the undercurrent. So we're going to be teaching them that over there. So rivercraft is one which will include river crossing. It will include a stream walk. It will include a waterfall trek. So there's a Choya waterfalls right near the campsite. So the children will walk there. They'll trek up to it. And if the water flow is nice, there's a natural water slide, which they'll also get to do over there. The other main activity they're going to be doing is backpacking. Backpacking is a trekking module where we're teaching them that if they want to go for a trek in the outdoors, how do they do it? You can't just get up and start walking, right? You need to know how to conserve your energy, how to walk safely, how to map out your route. So if you're going from one point to the other point, now it's not necessary that you can complete it in one day, right? So it could be that you're going for a 2-day trek. So how do you plan it out? How do you know, okay, this is the time it's going to take, this is the route we are going to follow. So how do we do it? How do we make sure we are meeting time? Reach a place, pitch your tents, cook your food, stay the night there. In the morning, pack up everything, and then make sure that you reach the next site also. So all those things are taught here. So we'll start with the basics first. They'll understand how to preserve energy while walking, how to pack a rucksack, how to pitch a tent, how to build a fire if required, right? How to find a campsite. And the biggest, most important thing which they learn here is LNT, which is the full form is leave no trace. It's to make sure that whichever area you're going, you're actually leaving it as pristine as you found it or much more cleaner for the next group, right? So they understand that and they will do that. So in Rivercraft, they're on the campsite throughout. In backpacking, the first day they will understand how to walk, the first session, and then they will actually leave the campsite for 2 days. They will trek from one point to the other point under our supervision, where they'll be understanding how we are doing map reading, how we planned everything. They will understand how to pitch tents, how we build a kitchen, how to cook food. They'll all share responsibilities. The next day morning, they will be given a map and they actually have to follow the map and reach the second destination. So they will understand how to do map reading, how to follow it, and they will be taking responsibilities throughout, obviously under our supervision. When they reach the campsite where they pitch tents, they're divided into 4 teams, CCWW, which is cooking, cleaning, wood, water. So each team will be in charge of something or the other. So one team would be cooking, which will be making tea or making dinner for the whole group. One group will be in charge of cleaning, make sure the campsite is clean, make sure utensils are clean, ready for cooking. Personal utensils will be clean on their own, or on their own as in the children, each individual child will clean it. They will cook food under our supervision. Obviously, we don't want them putting sugar instead of salt or salt against sugar. We also want to eat the food, so we make sure that we are having food with them. Pitch tents, and that's how they're going to work in the backpacking. Now, I'm just going to go through the daily design so that you understand. This is for one group. This group will be working in three different groups. So 65 children will be divided into three groups, right? So that will be about 22, 22, and 21 children in each group, right? That's how we work it out so that each group is not, it's not overcrowding. We have individual attention on each child, and each child gets to do all the activities properly. So this will be according to one group. So day one, which is May 18th, we'll leave from Delhi. It's written Terminal 2, but we shifted to Terminal 1 now with the closure of Terminal 1. So we'll be departing from Terminal 2. Irrespective where your child lands, Terminal 2 or Terminal 3, we will get the child to the departure point. You do not need to worry about that. Right? If you're coming on your own to leave the children, you will be getting a Google Map link of where we will be and where you can meet us, and a number of the person who will be there at the airport to receive your children. We'll depart in the evening, which is around 6 p.m. is when we want to depart. If the children come early, we will depart. Arav, I'll be answering all questions at the end of the orientation. Let me finish, and then we'll answer all the questions. So once we depart from there, 6 p.m., we'll depart. They will stop for dinner at about 8-ish, 8:30 in Murthal, which will be at a place which will be a banquet hall, which is booked for them. So a buffet style meal is kept for them. So they'll have meals over there, and then they will leave from there. They will reach the place called Ort early in the morning, around 7 a.m., where they will shift into smaller vehicles. And in 1.5 hours, which is by about 8:39, they're on the camp itself for breakfast. So they unless they get delayed. So now with 65 children, we can get delayed a little bit in the middle. If we are getting delayed, we will have breakfast arranged for them en route, like it's written. In the past three groups, we have not needed it. We have reached the campsite at by 8:39, so they've had breakfast on the campsite itself. Once they reach, they're given time to rest, freshen up, settle into their tents, and they'll be given a brief on how the program is going to run, what are the different boundaries of the campsite, what are the do's and don'ts. After that, they will be divided into three groups, and that's where they will start learning their activities, the main activities. In the afternoon, the one group which you're talking about will go for backpacking skilling, where they'll understand how to preserve energy while walking, how to walk uphill, how to scramble up and down a hill. So they'll be doing that. On day 3, they will one group. So one group will go towards the Choi waterfalls for understanding how to do waterfall trek. How do you keep yourself safe around a waterfall? What are the things you have to look out for? This will also help them acclimatize reaching the top, right? So when they go for the backpacking, they'll be ready for this. On the waterfall, like I said, if the water flow is nice, we will have them going on a waterfall slide, which is a small waterfall slide which they go down and they'll go down. They'll all be wearing life jackets and helmets during this time for sure, right? Another group, the second group, will be going for a river walk. So they'll understand how to do stream walk, right? So they'll understand how you walk along a river safely. So now when you're walking along a river, there are different terrains which come. There are rocks, there are muddy waters, there's slush, right? So they'll understand how to walk safely around it, how to map out a route also on it, right? So one group, the third group, will be doing river crossing. So how to walk across the river. So as you saw in the photograph up above, which I'll just go back. So here you see them on the right-hand side picture, right? You see them holding a rope and walking across. This will not be, if the water current is low, we will actually make them do it without a rope. They will actually form a group and they will do this, like there will be 3 children walking together and they will do this with a stick and they'll cross it. Now, that is very low probability. So most probably we will be doing this one, which is with the rope. They're going to cross the river, right? Okay. That's day 3. Day 4, now on rotation, they will switch. So the people who went on waterfall will go on to the river walk and the river craft. The people who went on the river walk, they will go on to the waterfall. So we'll do a rotation of the group, right? And Post lunch, we'll be focusing on the upcoming trek. So they'll understand, we'll sit with them, we'll plan out the menu so they'll understand how to plan out the rations. They will get their stuff out. We'll be issuing them rucksacks for the trek so that they're not carrying all their 8-day stuff with it. So there'll be rucksacks which we'll give, which will only have a limited stuff they have to keep. So the lady instructors will be checking the girls' bag, the male instructors will be checking the boys' bag to make sure they're carrying only limited stuff which is required for the 2-day trek. And then they have to also pack in their sleeping bags, pack in other materials which are going to be used. So they have to do a lot of load sharing. So how do you plan out the load? How do you share it? Depending on each person's capability. Day 5, one group will depart from the camp itself. They'll go to a place called Sharchi, which is 25 minutes, which will be the start point of the trek. The first day, they're going to do a trek about 2.5 kilometers, which will take them at least 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, right? That's what it's going to take because it's going to be an uphill trek. They'll reach an alpine meadow, which is a beautiful green meadow which they're going to reach. They'll pitch up tents, they'll set up kitchen, pitch their toilet tents. So now on these 2 days, on the Tirthan camp, when I come to the talk about the Tirthan camp itself also, we have proper built up toilets there. For these 2 days, this is what we call loop with a view, right? It's in the open, so it's behind the bush activity. But for your privacy, we will be giving you a toilet tent. A toilet tent is a long canvas tent which we put on one place, boys different, girls different, and we'll dig a hole. So you have to use that toilet for 2 nights, right? One night on one side, and the second side will be a different one, right? So this is a 2.5 kilometer trek. The first day, that day you'll understand how to cook meals, how to do everything, and you plan for the next day. So in the evening, you'll sit with the instructors and plan which person is taking which responsibility, who's going to be in the pilot, who's going to be in the back, who's going to do what. So you'll plan it out. And day 6, you will take the map and you will be following the map, and we will be just coming along. Obviously, if you go off-road, if off-route, we will wait for you to realize, right? We will wait till you've gone a little bit off route, and then if you not realize that we are on the wrong route, we'll give you hints. Check the map. Are you sure we are on the right route? If you still don't realize it, then we'll call it and say, okay, guys, you're on the wrong route. Let's go back. So it can be that you've gone 20 minutes on the wrong route, and then we bring you back, right? So you have to be sure of the map you're reading. So you'll on the day 6, you're going to trek through the forest now. So we have the Great National Himalayan Park right behind. We have an extension of that which we go through, which is filled with Himalayan oak and cedar forests. So you get to see different types of trees, and you'll go into what is called the Bugyal. Bugyal are high elevation Himalayan meadows. So Tirthan is at a height of 4,500 feet. You're going to trek up to about 7,500 feet, and this will be the second point, right? So you'll reach 7,500 feet. So it's a high elevation meadow. So that's where you're going to be pitching your tents, and you'll cook your food. This will be the last night under the stars. Over here, if the weather is fine, most of the children on the second night want to sleep outside the tents. So we have a provision where we'll set up tarps, and they will sleep outside the tent so they can enjoy the stars throughout the night and have a nice time over there, right? The children who want to stay in tents, don't worry, you will get tents also. No activity is done by force. Please remember that all activities are challenged by choice. Any activity, if you're feeling scared to do, we will try to help you to get motivated to do it, but we will not force you to do it. So remember, it's a challenge by choice, right? So this day 6 was the last night for the night out. Day 7, they will return to the Tirthan camp. When we were having rolling camps, like I was saying, we were going to stay at a homestay, but this group will come back to Tirthan camp itself. They will stay at Tirthan camp. They will have now when they reach back, the best thing, parents, the value for cooked meals, somebody serving them cooked meals goes really up, right? So mothers, be ready when they come back. They're going to be appreciating your cooked food and everything, and they're going to be helping you in the kitchen, because they have done it themselves. They realize the hard work which goes in making even a single meal. So they'll come back to the Tirthan camp. They'll get a rest. They'll freshen up. They'll have their food and everything. And post lunch, they'll go out for a small bouldering session. This is added over here. So they'll go do bouldering and then come back. Bouldering is a part of rock climbing. So they'll do that and then they'll come back. Day 8, relax, wake up in the morning. There'll be a feedback session, pack up and depart for Delhi post lunch. We will reach on day 9 at 6 a.m. in Delhi. We'll be back on at the airport. This on the left hand side is a kitchen setup. As you can see, we put up a top, and this is children and instructors making tea right now and getting ready for dinner also. They're preparing. The right hand side is a pic of them walking towards their campsite. Okay. In terms of safety, first of all, we follow a strict 1:6 adult to participant ratio. When I say adult, these are certified instructors who are trained instructors from institutes like NIM, NOLS, which is the National Outdoor Leadership School. NIM is the Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, or the HMI, which is the Himalayan Mountaineering Institute. So they've done their certification from there, but that's not enough. They need to go through a strict screening with us because we are working with children, right? There's a lot of different parameters which come into play. How do you talk to children? How do you behave with children? How do you understand children? And understanding different things. We keep learning every year. Every year we have a training session with the instructors, with the camp chiefs. We take them through the different things which we learn on different campsites, right? Every year is a learning experience. So we keep training them, retraining them, so that they are up to the date and they understand how we are, what are the different norms and the different rules and regulations. Every 10 girls will have at least one female instructor. We have more girls on this program than boys, so there will be lots of lady instructors also involved. So every group will have at least, if not one, two lady instructors going with them for every activity. In terms of transportation, obviously, we don't have our own vehicles. We have partnered with third-party transport providers. For the bus, we use only Volvo-type buses. So either it's a Volvo or a Bharat Benz. These are people who will go on this route almost daily because they are running their own service over there, right? So they know the route inside out. We know the route inside out. Tirthan started in the year 2000. Now this will be the 25th, actually the 26th year technically of us running programs at the Tirthan camp. So we know the whole route inside out. We have tie-ups throughout the route. We have alternate routes available. Everything is done. Our drivers are briefed on speed limits, so they know that they have to follow speed limits, which are separate from what is given on the highway. Say the highway is saying 90. There are places on this which is 100 speed limit. We will not be reaching 100 also. We have our own speed limits depending on where we are. In the hills, it's about a 30, 40. We don't go above that. Below that, it's about a 60, 70 speed limit, which we follow, right? There are travel leaders who are specifically trained for being on the bus to make sure the children are comfortable, children are safe, and the drivers are driving safely. We have two drivers in each bus, so that if one driver is feeling sleepy because it's an overnight bus, we will change the driver. Our travel leaders are awake throughout the night. They make sure that everything is going safely. Obviously, there are designated breaks en route. So like we have, once we leave the airport, we have a dinner break, then we have a toilet break, if required, a breakfast break, and then reaching the campus. So all those things are planned beforehand. In terms of equipment, we only use top quality technical equipment like ropes, carabiners, helmet, and harnesses, all are which are of the UIAA standard, which is the Universal International Adventure Authority standards. And we make sure that there are regular audits of it. It's not that we bought a rope just because it's UIA certified and we say, okay, it can, the lifetime it's written is 5 years. Doesn't mean that the rope will work for 5 years, right? It goes through a lot of wear and tear. So there's regular audits, even before the children get the rope or they're doing any activity with the rope, our instructors check the rope. Once the activity is done, another instructor checks the rope, right? And then there are audits when the ropes are not in use. So all those things are taken care of. In terms of medical, we have a resident doctor, which is a certified MBBS, who takes care of all the basic and some advanced medicine. We don't go into many advanced medicines. If required, then we go to the hospital, which is at Banjar, which is about a 30-minute drive from the campsite itself. There is a small nursing home, which is about 15-20-minute drive, but we prefer the hospital, which is a 30-minute drive, right? So the doctor is on camp throughout, 24/7 available for any kind of emergency. In each activity group. So now there are going to be 3 groups. In each activity group, we will surely have a wilderness first aid trained instructor so that if anything happens on the activity, somebody is there to take quick action. You're not waiting for the doctor to come, right? If, say, somebody gets injured, they can immobilize the injury, they can dress it up and then make sure it's bandaged up and bring them down, right? So all those things are trained and we take care of that. We have a vehicle available 24/7 on the camp itself, so that it, if we need to rush to the hospital or anything, that vehicle is available for us. Okay, coming to accommodation. Now we have a tented accommodation over here. There are 4 in each tent. There'll be at least 4 to 5 either boys or girls. Obviously, separate tents for boys, separate tents for girls. These are built on a 1-foot platform of the ground, and these are about 12 by 12 feet. We give them ground mattresses, which are about 2-inch thick. These will be laid out in the tents. On above that ground mattress, the children will use sleeping bags. Now, the children have an option of bringing their own sleeping bag or taking from us, which are available on the campsite itself. These are on returnable basis, but those sleeping bags are used. They have been cleaned, sanitized, and washed before giving to the children. So if you're carrying your own, perfect. If not, when you reach campsite, you have to just ask us, we'll give you a sleeping bag. We do try to make sure that the children of the same group are not in the same tent, or if they're, if their children sharing the same tent, they're not in the same group outside. We want them to interact with others, right? We do try this, but a lot of children do prefer being with their tent mates or being with their group mates. We do try to make sure they're at least a mix of that, where they have a friend and they have other people, so that they interact with new people. They get to meet new people. So that's also very important. The camp has built-up toilets which have proper Western-style commodes with the hygiene faucets, the bum washers, the jets which we use. So it's all available there. There are different bathing cubicles with running water. If you need hot water, while you won't, because it will be quite warm during the day. If you need hot water, we have hot water available for you outside. You have to just take your bucket, fill up the hot water, walk in. There'll be instructors and other people to help you if you need. There'll be attendants at the bathroom throughout. Whenever you need something, they will be helping. Ignore the homestay part because that's not applicable to you. In terms of meals, mainly vegetarian meals, which is going to be served throughout the time. There are non-vegetarian options available at dinner time every day almost, which will be kept separately, made separately, marked non-vegetarian, so that each child knows this is a non-vegetarian dish. The children have to wash their own plates over there. The washing area for the non-veg and the veg area is separate so that they don't get mixed. Mornings, we do serve eggs. Now, a lot of times people ask me, okay, what if the child is feeling hungry? So I'm going to take you through a typical day. 6 a.m. is the wake-up call because we need you up and early so that you can enjoy the day before it gets too hot, right? 6 a.m. you come out. We will remind you to brush your teeth. So brush your teeth, come, you'll get tea, hot chocolate, biscuits, hot milk available for you at that given point of time. Once you're done with that, we have something called Chota Hazari or power-ups, where we do fun warm-up activities. After that is breakfast at 8 a.m. 9 a.m. is when you depart for your outdoor activities. You will come back to the campsite unless you're going out for your night out. You'll come back to the campsite by around 12:31. In the middle, you will have a snack break where there'll be juices or squash along with biscuits or some sweets so that you can get your energy back up. 1 o'clock, 1:30 is lunch. From 1:30 to about 2:30 is free time, right? During this time is when we children and mothers, please make sure you notice what I'm saying. Children have an option of bathing. We don't force any child to bathe. Let them come, have a nice time. They're going to be 3 days in the water. right? They're going to be in the river. They will get clean. Don't worry if they don't bathe for 6 days, right? It's fine. Remember your childhood days. You also did it, right? They might not change their t-shirts while we force them to change their t-shirt. I've seen children when I've told them, okay, you're still wearing the same black t-shirt you wore. Go and change. Person, boy is gone, changed his t-shirt, came, shown me, sir, I've changed my t-shirt, gone back and worn his favorite black t-shirt, right? So those things will happen. Mothers, relax, let them enjoy themselves. So 1:30 to 2:30 is this. Then we have afternoon activities. 5 p.m. is tea. After tea is fun activities with the instructors. So even the instructors let their head down. They play volleyball, they play dodgeball, or some other games. We have badminton and other stuff. So children and the instructors become one. 7 p.m. is soup. 8 p.m. is dinner. Now, all the children who are here, if you feel hungry other than these times, you can always come and ask the instructors. They'll provide you with biscuits or something to eat so that you can munch on. Don't worry about it. If there are any Jain food people, that means no onions, no garlic. Please, if you're not marked in the registration form, please let us know so that we can make sure your food is being prepared separately and is available for you. All meal times are slowly supervised by the instructors, so we try to make sure there is less wastage and also everybody is having their meals. Now, children, if you see that your friend is not eating properly, let us know, right? So that we make sure they eat. We want you to be well fed. We want you to be totally full of energy every day. So that make sure that you're doing that. Okay. And there'll be squash and water available throughout. We have AquaGuard filtered water available on the campsite. In terms of travel plan, I have already discussed that we depart at 6 p.m. and they will arrive at the camp by breakfast around 8 a.m. On return, they will arrive at 6 a.m. from here. The bus journey takes up approximately 11 hours, and we'll bypass Chandigarh going into the Kulu area, and then from Ott will be the MUVs, which will take about 1.5 hours. Now, very, very important for all. Okay, children and parents, understand this. This is the real time you need to hear me totally. This is to tell you what you're getting into. Okay, first of all, we are not a resort. We are not a luxury holiday. We are not a 5-star holiday. Children, if you're going to order cold coffee in your tent, it's not going to happen, right? This is a campsite. You have to do things on your own. Okay. Make sure you know this is what you're going for a campsite. You're not going to a hotel. There are no gadgets allowed. No phones, no smartwatches, no Kindles, no music players. We want you to come totally gadget free. Actually, learn how to be without gadgets. Okay, talk to each other, entertain yourself. Parents, you'll remember when we were children, we used to talk to each other. We never used to send smileys to each other to communicate. We used to actually laugh, right? Nowadays, children usually are just communicating through technology. We don't want them to. We want them to actually interact with each other and learn how to talk, right? Not a luxury camp or a resort, which I've already mentioned. There will be some safety protocols we'll be following. You have to follow them. If we are telling you that you have to sleep at night by 9:30, 10, we want you to go to sleep by 9:30, 10 so that you are full of energy. I know you're not going to go off to sleep by 9:30, 10. We will still try to make sure that you go, right? Those are some of the rules which are flexible, but there are some rules which are not flexible. No bullying, right? So if you're going to bully anybody, we will send you back. No substance abuse, no narcotics, anything found like that, we do send you back. We will make sure your parents are informed, so make sure you're not carrying anything like that. In terms of communication and updates, because we don't have a phone, because the children don't have a communication protocol with the parents, we put 2 updates daily on the WhatsApp channel. Now, this will be once they have reached the campsite. During the travel, we'll send an update once they have departed from Delhi, once they've departed from the dinner point, and once they reach in the morning, right? If they're getting any untoward delay, we will send out an update saying that there's a delay and we arrange breakfast and this is the new ETA. Untoward delays can happen due to long breaks or the traffic, right? These are the only 2 reasons why we can have untoward delays. mainly. So there will be two updates coming daily, one at 11 a.m. and one at 6 p.m. These will be text updates telling you what each group is doing, how the weather is, if they had something fun to eat, what was the fun eat, so that you can also join in. There are a few parents who actually started, they say, oh, we saw the children had this for lunch, so we're going to make it for dinner, so that they can also join in the fun, right? There'll be some photographs. In the morning, we'll be putting up group photographs. So group pics before they depart the camp. At 6 p.m., we put up around 15 to 20 activity photographs. We do try to cover each child during these updates, but it could be that one day or 2 days your child's photograph might not come. Don't worry, we are clicking everybody's photographs. At the end of the program, we will share a Google Drive link with all the photographs. We usually have about 300, 400 photographs coming from the campsite. All those will be uploaded on the Google Drive and shared on a link at the end of after the program is done. Now, there might be days that we might not get photographs. If they are on the trek, there might be no mobile connectivity where they have internet connectivity to send photographs. So they might not be able to get photographs. Be patient. No news is always good news. If there is anything untoward happening on the camp, say your child has had any injury, right? Small scratches, bruises are part and parcel. If your child is coming back without scratches and bruises, do call us. That means they've not done anything else. They're going to be in the forest. They're going to be in the river. They will get scratches and bruises, right? There will be some mosquito bites they're going to get. It's okay. It's a part of the outdoors. Parents, let it be. Let them have those. But if there is anything else, if there is a sprain where the child has needs a spray or anything, we're going to call you. If there is any swelling, we take them for an X-ray. We're going to call you. If they have high fever, mild fever, 9900 does come because of exhaustion on and off. That is fine. But if it's continuing, we will call you and we'll tell you that your child has fever. We have already given them a paracetamol. This is what the situation. What would you like us to do? What the doctor is recommending, or would you like us to take a different path? At that given point of time, you will be talking to your child. We will get you in touch with your child. So don't worry about that. Other than that, there is no communication with the children. If you have an emergency at your house, God forbid, please call up Vinita or please call us up. We will get in touch with the camp and we'll make the necessary arrangements. These are not individual updates. These are group updates. Please remember that. No gadgets, I've already spoken about. In terms of fitness and preparation, this is going to be a little bit more physically exhausting for the children, which they're used to. If they can do a little bit of jogging, or if they are already doing any kind of sports, it's good. But if they're not doing active in sports, it's recommended they start walking or brisk walking or jogging right now. If you're going to be buying new shoes, make sure they're using those so that they break into them. Like I said, zero tolerance for bullying and indiscipline. If anything like that, there are some rules which are, you're not allowed to break at all. Those will be informed. If that happens, we will be calling your parents and we will be sending you back at your expense. Use of substance, not allowed at all. If anything is even found, if you forget you consuming it, if we find contraband, you're sent back home. Now, children, very important. No junk food or tuck. So I know you're going to be disappointed, but on the travel, you're allowed to carry chips and all. Lakshay, don't make that face. So you're allowed to carry some chips and all. We are carrying chips for you. We are carrying things for you on the bus also. Don't carry too much. Once you reach the campsite, we're going to take that away. If you have anything left, if it's a sealed packet, we will label it, take it away, give it back to you on the return. If it's an open packet, my instructors have a feast. Okay. So make sure you're not carrying too much of junk food. We want you to have good, nutritious food which gives you energy. Junk food does not, psychologically it might be filling you up, but it does not give you energy. It actually makes you more lethargic. Okay, pocket money. Now, children, we have memorabilia available on the campsite. We have T-shirts, caps, carabiners, keychains. We have some fun tokens, friendship bands. All those things are available. If you want to buy that, you're very much welcome to. Parents, you can send 3,000 rupees not more than that. You do not need to send anything more than that. But on the flight, as almost everybody except one child is flying, right? You might want to book their meals beforehand and give them some money for airport expenditure if they want to have meals at the airport. So you might want to give some money for that. When you do, make sure it's separate from the 3,000 rupees. And also for all children, while I will repeat in the list of things to carry, you make sure you're carrying a pouch with your name on it. Might be a marker, might be with a label, where you make sure you have your return flight ticket over there, uh, power bank with charging cable, your Aadhaar card, and your phone. Everything will go into this, and your airport money will go into this. It will be sealed, given to us at Delhi Airport. Parents, there are 65 children traveling. I cannot carry 65 iPhones to camp, right? I have to keep them here in a safe, keep them safe. So make sure that you're sending a pouch in which they can hand this over to us. If they're not carrying a phone, perfect. Just let us know in advance. Now I'm done with the information docket. I'm just going to come to the list of things to carry. And then I'll start taking question answers right after this. Now, the weather currently is around 25 to 28 degrees in the daytime. It's going down to about 18 to 17 degrees at night. So it is chilly at night right now, right? By May 19th, it will be a little hotter, but it will be close to this temperature itself. There is a possibility of rain in the mountains. We can get rains on and off. So when we talk about the rainproof material, please make sure you're sending that. Now, do follow this and make sure you're following this. 7 to 8 t-shirts, quick dry and in dark colors. Please do not send light colors. Light colors attract mosquitoes, one. Second, they can become transparent when they become wet. Okay. These have to be half sleeve t-shirt, not sleeveless. We will not allow children to be walking around in sleeveless t-shirts because they get bitten by mosquitoes. When they come back, your mother shout at us. So you make sure you're not carrying sleeveless t-shirts. Mothers, don't send sleeveless t-shirts with them. Okay, make sure you're sending half sleeve t-shirts. 4 pairs of shorts. That means 4 shorts, out of which 2 should be quick dry, so that when you're in the river, you're using quick dry shorts. Okay. 2 sweatshirts. These are hoodies. In the evening, it does get wet. Make sure you're carrying 2 so that if it gets cold. Make sure you're carrying 2 so that if one gets wet, you have another one available for you, right? So 2 sweatshirts, full sleeves and warm. 3 track pants. All your activities except rivercraft. Rivercraft will happen in quick dry shorts. Your backpacking, your bouldering will happen only in track pants. You will not be allowed to do those activities in shorts or jeans or any other pants. So make sure you're carrying 3 track pants or joggers. So these have to be full length, should come to your ankle. 7 to 8 pairs of socks, 1 quick dry towel, 1 cap or sunshade. It's going to be quite sharp. The sun is very sharp in Tirthan. It's clear sky, so make sure you're carrying a cap. Undergarments sufficient. You know how much you need for 8 days. 2 pairs of night clothes to be used at night. 1 warm jacket, which you use in the winters. Children who feel a little bit cold, carry a little warmer jacket, carry a little heavy jacket because it will get chilly in the night. You're next to the river. The wind comes, the river cools down the wind, and it does get chilly in the evening. 1 poncho or raincoat, right? So make sure you're carrying all this. Now, in terms of footwear, 1 comfortable rubber-soled sport shoes. You do not need trekking shoes for this program. You need normal sport shoes which are rubber-soled. Now, when I say rubber-soled, if you feel the sole of your shoe, if it's kind of foamy or kind of plasticky, that is not suitable for the conditions we are in. Make sure they are rubber soles. If you feel them, you'll feel the friction, right? If you feel the friction, it's nice and friction. That's what we need, because when they're walking on rocks, that's what we need. 1 pair of hiking sandals, or what we used to call floaters, for using on the camp. When they're on the camp, in the campsite area, they'll be using those. No slippers, flip-flops, for the simple reason they're called slippers, flip-flop for a reason. If you can slip into them and you can slip out of them, right? Children have forcefully worn slippers and slipped and fell. Make sure you're not carrying those. Make sure you're carrying floaters or hiking sandals for using on the campsite. One pair of aqua shoes or Crocs for using for the river activities. Only in the river activities will aqua shoes or Crocs be allowed. Other items, other than your shower gel, toothbrush, toothpaste, make sure you're carrying a sunscreen SPF 30 plus, a lip balm. Your lips will get chapped over there. Make sure you're carrying a lip balm, cold cream for dry skin, a mosquito repellent cream or a spray. Very important. We have something called Julus over there, which are pine flies, right? They do bite. Make sure you're carrying mosquito repellent spray. We also have it, but make sure you're carrying your own personal one so that you can always spray it in the evenings. These will only be required in the evenings post the tea time. A pair of sunglasses, a torch or a headlamp, very important. On the campsite, when electricity goes, it does take some time for the generators to kick in. So you will need a torch or a headlamp if you're looking anything in your tents. Also, because you're going to be sharing your tents, if you need to look for something or you need to go to the loo, you cannot always switch on the light, right? It disturbs the others. So make sure you're carrying a torch or a headlamp. I usually prefer a headlamp because once I've worn it, my hands are free. You'll also need this on the backpacking night out. One plastic bag for used and wet clothes so that they can keep putting their used clothes and wet clothes in there. One water bottle, 750 ml to 1 liter capacity, not a plastic bottle, not a plastic, the packaged drinking water bottles, a proper bottle so that children can use this. Refill it. We do not want to waste plastic. We do not want to increase plastic wastage by using packaged drinking waters. On the buses, we carry the 25-liter Bisleri Aquafina water jars so that they can refill. There's a dispenser there so that they can refill their waters. Sleeping bag. We recommend children buy their own sleeping bag and carry them. But if you're not carrying them, as I mentioned before, we will provide the sleeping bags. These are used by previous participants. These won't be new sleeping bags, and we'll have them cleaned and sanitized for you. One inflatable pillow. If your child does not want to use what we teach is rolling up your t-shirts, rolling up your clothes to use as a pillow or the rucksack, make sure they're carrying an inflatable pillow which they can inflate and use. This can be used on the bus also when they're on the overnight journey and in the tents. Medicines and glasses. If the child is only on specific prescribed medicines, do you need to send any medicines? Or if the child does not have allopathy medicine and uses homeopathy or Ayurveda only, you need to send medicines in. When you're doing this, you need to make sure we are informed. We know what medicine has to be given when. These medicines will be handed over to the doctor, and the doctor will make sure these medicines are given when the time is right. We do not want any child self-medicating. Only an Asthalin inhaler, if they have asthma, is what they're allowed to keep with them. Spectacles. If you have spectacles, make sure you're carrying an extra pair. The chances of children breaking them over there are very high, and we don't have an optician nearby to get the spectacles repaired. So make sure they're carrying an extra pair. In terms of packing, first thing is a small day pack or a backpack like a school bag, which they will use on the flight in the cabin baggage, which they can keep their snacks and their caps and other stuff in it. That will be one. One rucksack or a duffel bag for their main luggage. Do not send suitcases. The children are expected to carry their own luggage during transfers. During when they reach the campsite, they're going to walk down the hill with their luggage. They're going to walk into the tents with their luggage, right? There is no pucka path over there. If they drag the suitcases, the wheels are going to break, and picking up a suitcase is much more difficult. We need something they can put on their shoulders and carry. These will be for short durations. On the backpacking, we will be giving them a rucksack so that it's lighter. For these, make sure they're carrying a rucksack or a duffel bag they can carry on their backs and their shoulders. You can buy anything which is a 60 to 70 liter one if you don't have it. Cash, I've already spoken about, but I'll repeat 3,000. That's the maximum you need to give. Everything else will be taken care of. You might want to give them money for the airport. That's over and above. Do not carry mobile phones, expensive jewelry, electronic gadgets, right? If you're carrying a camera, we have charging points for your camera, but the camera is your responsibility. If it breaks or gets lost, it's not Inme's responsibility, it's the child's responsibility. So do not carry expensive cameras. We will be clicking a lot of photographs. And we will also, if you want to click something in a particular pose or something, we'll also click that. Don't worry. Right? So if you don't want to carry a camera, it's just fine. But if you're carrying, please make sure you're keeping it at your risk. For the participants flying to the departure city, I'll repeat this again. Make sure you're carrying a Ziploc bag or a pouch which has your name written on it, which should have a power bank with a charging cable so that as soon as you land back in Delhi, when you're on the return, you can charge your phone, a printed copy of the return ticket so that if your phone is out of charge, you're not dependent on the phone. Your original Aadhaar card after you've checked in to your respective airports in Calcutta, Bombay, wherever you're coming from. Make sure you put your Aadhaar in that so that's safe, and any cash for food at the essentials for the airport. Okay. Also, yeah, we have a merch store which is available in the docket. You'll have seen it at below. While we have some kits available for you, like Inme t-shirts, bandanas, sleeping bags, these are also available individually. You can go and check it out. It's inmeeurekamerch.com. The links are here, so you can always click the shop now and you'll be able to go. My monologue is over. I can start taking question answers now. Please, in the reaction, raise your hand. Anika, yes, there will be helter skelter. Arav, Dolia? Rolia, sorry.
Yes. The terminal we will be picked up from which terminal was it again?
Any terminal you are at will be picking you up. Don't worry.
Okay. And if we have trekking shoes, can we wear that?
Yeah, you can. Not an issue. Richa Kayan? You're on mute, Richa.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just have two questions. One, because our kids don't have any assistance with them. So how will they reach the departure gate? Means how they know that where you guys are there? Means for the
So,
pickup.
ma'am, they are above 12 members, you mean, right? 12 and
Yes.
above. Okay.
Yes.
So there'll be a number which will be sharing 48 hours before, right?
Okay.
So that will be a number of an airport manager. So when they
Okay.
arrive at the airport, they have to call. That person will
Okay.
tell them. So if they're reaching early, I don't know what your flight timing is, but if they're reaching early, because Delhi gets hot in the afternoon. So we
So
asked them
it's
to
the morning
stay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll ask them to stay in the terminal so that they remain in air conditioning because there's no AC outside. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll ask them to stay in the terminal till we call them out. So when they
Okay.
come out, there'll be a person in a fluorescent green jacket, an Inme jacket, a photograph which we'll put up on the WhatsApp channel also, so that they can
Okay.
easily identify. And that's when we take them out from there.
Great. And my other question is, like you said, in the morning they will be given tea or milk or chocolate milk. My daughter does not drink tea, coffee, and she's allergic to milk and milk products.
Okay.
So
What does she have usually?
she actually has just her breakfast in the morning.
So
She
breakfast
doesn't
is at
drink
8.
anything.
So there'll be biscuits available for her when
So
she comes
that's
out.
fine.
And 8
That's
o'clock
fine.
will be breakfast.
That's perfect then.
So
Yeah.
she's lactose intolerant, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So do you want us to provide her with lactose-free milk? Does she like that?
Yeah, she doesn't mind that. She
Okay,
likes that.
Vinita, just make sure we have lactose intolerance written in the. Did you mention lactose intolerance?
Yes. I've
Perfect.
mentioned
Then
it in the form.
we'll make sure there's lactose-free milk
I've
available for
already
her.
mentioned that in the form.
Perfect. We'll make sure
Yeah.
there's
Thank
lactose-free
you.
milk.
Thank you.
Okay. Before we come to Lakshya, before I come to you, I just want to mention because people had asked this question about what is the provisions, what we are thinking about the Kashmir issue. So I'm just going to repeat that so that it's on the recording, right? So we are keeping a close eye on the situation. We are in close touch with the authorities, especially which is on the route and around, our campsites. They have said nothing to worry as yet. They will let us know if something is brewing and if we need to evacuate. We are very, very far away from any international border, any Pakistan border. So we are completely out of the zone, right? But if required, we will obviously take action as and when the need arises. And we're keeping a close eye. Obviously, we are also worried. So we're keeping a very close watch on the situation. Lakshya.
Hi, Nipun.
Hi, ma'am.
Nipun, I just wanted to have a look of the bus. Basically, how comfortable is it for the kids? Because I'm going to travel around 10 hours, so I
Yeah.
just wanted to.
So I don't have a photograph, but it's a recliner seat, which is wider than your normal airports, the airline seats, and goes way more back. So very comfortable. If you can look up, you might want to look up Indo-Canadian on the online. That's the buses we use. So we use Indo-Canadian Bharat Benz buses for the Tirthan camp.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Divya Mehta. You'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, what I was asking was that so there's three of us going together. I was wondering if we could do like the activities together because like we don't want to get separated. Like we could have done
Already you've started, huh?
no, because we could have done any other camp, but we wanted to go to Tirthan.
Yeah, I was just trying to scare you guys. Don't worry.
Okay. Can we choose the
Okay.
groups we're in? Like the few people.
Yeah, so they will be doing that, right? But the thing is, there's a caveat. Okay, if you guys misbehave, if you guys don't listen to rules, we will separate you out. Okay. Okay. Krishang.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Nipuna, I wanted to ask you one thing. Since I will be traveling with my son to Delhi,
Yes, ma'am.
so I really want to know by what time do I need to leave him with you people for
Ma'am,
going
5
further?
p.m.
5 p.m.
Yeah, 5
And
p.m. is
at
reporting
the
time.
airport itself?
Yes, airport itself, Terminal 1.
Okay. And one more thing, like I had already spoken to Vinita about it, that I would want to pick him up also on the way back
Okay.
from Tirthan to Delhi. On the way, only on the midway, I want to pick him up.
Yeah, you spoke to Nipun only for the Muzaffar.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so
you're going to Muzaffarnagar, right?
yes,
Okay.
Nipun.
So Karnal is one option and the Karnal bypass is the other option. So
I think I would, yeah, you choose the bypass because it'll be much better for me.
yeah, so we can do that. That's not an issue at all.
Okay, then I'll
Right.
speak to you about that then.
Yeah.
And one more thing, yeah, what's for staying outside? I was just little concerned since my son is a little thing sleeping at night, so staying outside and in the
So
thing,
the
I
tents
don't
will
know
be
how
there.
would
Like
we
I
be
said, the
able
tents
to
will be
cope up
there.
with that.
The tents will be there. Don't worry about that. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah. So
And yeah,
the tents are always there. There'll be, it's only if the weather is nice, right? Otherwise, they're all in tents itself.
okay.
I
Okay.
think you
And
had another question. Yeah.
yeah, like the same way Divya's daughter just said. So I would also want, since just for the night thing, I'm just worried about Krishang because he has a little sleeping phobia.
Okay.
So just for that time, I would want him to be with people whom he is, aware of, whom
Ma'am,
he's friendly.
so when they come to the departure point, right? I will
Yeah.
ask them to stand with their friends because I'll be counting them and getting them onto the bus, right?
Okay.
So I'll ask them to be standing with their friends so that they are with their friends.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Arav Kochak.
Hi, will there be charging ports at the campsite?
Yeah, I thought I mentioned it with the cameras, no? They'll be charging
Oh,
it.
okay. I'm so sorry. I actually joined late, so I don't know. Thank you.
Okay. So they'll be there. I'll also share the recording of this on the WhatsApp channel so you can go through it again if you joined late.
Roshni.
Roshni.
So can we bring storybooks to the camp?
Why?
So when we get free time, we can read.
I won't give you free time to read.
So,
Okay, get
as
one,
a
but
sample.
not more than one.
Yes.
Okay. I have a library over there also. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Neha. Okay, Neha, you put your hand down, but yeah.
I forgot to unmute myself. Hi everyone. My only concern was Delhi is being said to be on high alert. So
Ma'am,
only they will be there only at the airport, but still, I don't know. I was a
ma'am,
little worried about
technically
that
Delhi
part.
is always on high alert, by the way. I live in Delhi. Delhi is always on high alert, right? We've
Exactly.
gotten
So,
used to
but
the high alert thing so much.
when this kind
Right
of a
now, there is
situation
nothing
happens, it
happening at
becomes
the airport. Tomorrow is just one drill, which is the mock drill, which is happening, right? Which the media has also hyped it up, saying that everybody, it's not everybody. They are actually only doing it because they have these centers which they have built up, the energy plants and all. They are doing the things over there and they're gonna test the air sirens. I read up about it. I'm like, okay, what is happening? Because I have connections in the ministry. In the ministry, people have been saying, chill, there's nothing happening, right? It's just a test for us. So they're just saying the preparedness of the different authorities, how they are prepared more than anything. That's the mock drill which is happening, right?
see what I understand from this media hype and everything. When there's so much of media hype, technically there should not be anything happening, because when already media is so hyped up, things go
Yeah,
lower.
yeah,
Because whatever happened, they always happened in silence. I mean, after 6 months or 1 year, we get to know, okay, something like this had happened
totally.
during that period.
So we are in constant touch. The airport knows that we are working with children, right? So
Okay.
they know the campsite, the authorities near the campsite know, right? The army people know that we're doing this because in 2013, when the flash floods had happened, we had children on campsites. We had evacuated all of them, and the army was very impressed with us. So they know we work with children, right? So we talk to them. We have people of the ex-army also who come as camp chiefs and stuff. So we keep a close eye on things and we keep in touch with them.
And that was the only worry point. Baki, rest of it, I know you do it so well. I mean, I was not bothered about fooding. I was not bothered about activities. This was the only tension I
Yeah.
had in my
So
mind.
we are also keeping a very close eye because, again, like you said, the media is hyping up things a lot, but we still are keeping a close eye, right? We are not turning a blind eye towards it. If something happens, we will take immediate action. Okay.
So I
Yeah.
am also planning to travel in that period. I mean, but I'm also now dicey about it whether I should go or no. But then I was also planning to travel. So in this case, shall I give the emergency number of his dad or something
Yes,
there?
yes. I have both the numbers, right? I have your number and I'll have the father's number. If you're going to be traveling out of India, and if sir is also not going to be available,
No,
we
sir is
prefer.
here.
Okay.
Sir is
So
here. But
yeah.
I'll be traveling. If I'm traveling, I'm traveling to out of India.
So that's not an issue. So we'll contact sir if anything requires.
Well, in case if you need, I can give a third number of my father-in-law or my daughter.
Just share it with Vinita personally. Don't share it on the group.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Shika. Saraf.
Hi.
Hi.
I am very impressed with what Amy does with children. This is the third year around for Nishka, and she is one of the most excited people to be a part of the group. And Vinita knows her very well. So, yeah, she's really looking forward to the camp.
I think
And
I was there at her departure last year. Last time
She's
she came.
that Inme girl.
Yeah. So I met her in Kolkata also.
so she's
Yeah.
the one who's always propaganding.
And she was helping me with the orientations also.
And she's always like explaining things about Immi to people and coaxing people to go to Immi because of the
Yeah.
experience. So yeah, they like firstly I was wanting to ask, I just came across some flyer which mentioned cycling. Is that part of the routine?
No.
No, because
Not in this one. Not in this one.
not in this one.
We
And
have different programs which are cycling programs, not this one.
okay. And secondly, I was wanting to ask, this is just random. There's this surprise gift that you people send across every year, and the children are super excited to receive them. I hope you're sending in something this year.
Don't let other people know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That will happen later in the year.
That
Yeah,
Nishka has already texted me and asked me about
so something or the other will be planned. We plan it right after the summers. That's why it takes a little while because we finish the summers and then we plan what we want to do with the gift. Okay, parents, if no more questions, thank you so much. Have a good evening. Hope you guys are not too hungry because I've kept you long here. Thank you so much. We will be sharing this recording on the WhatsApp channel.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank
quite a
you.
wonderful session.
You're welcome.
Thank
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
you. Thank you, Vinita ji.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening and thank you.
Good evening. Thank you.